Center, and now back here to talk about the DVD release and talk some producer talk with you guys about independent film and queer art making in San Francisco.
That is wonderful. As a matter of fact, what I thought we would also do, I know it's a short notice, but I can see there's a light flashing at my feet here, which means we're getting a call coming in. So maybe we should take some calls anyway. So go ahead, you're on the air. Caller?
Hello?
Hello, who is this?
Hi, it's Jason.
Hi, Jason. So
long time listener, first time caller.
Wonderful. Are you excited about the DVD release?
I am actually. I'm excited about the party we're throwing on Tuesday for it. So next Tuesday. Yeah.
You were involved in the film. What was your how were you involved in it?
Oh, I was just anything Andy wanted basically. I acted in it. I did some producing, associate producing, casting. Shirt, yeah, the design that he's wearing right now. That's a good question. Where's my shirt?
He also let us into his home for how long were we in there? Like a week and a half or something?
Probably, yeah, for a while, definitely.
Yeah.
Go over my house.
What are you doing in the home?
We filmed a lot of scenes of the movie in Jason's home, like the bedroom that you see of the main character, the kitchen, the bathroom, the hallway. It was all his actual apartment, and we had crammed just a ton of people and equipment in there, and a lot of stuff got left overnight. And Jason was not only acting the film and helping with all the production stuff, he was also having to deal with, after we all left, having the remnants of an entire film crew left in his apartment.
You mean you didn't clear up after yourselves?
No, they did.
we tried, but
not
really
fully. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he did come over and help me paint later.
That's a very a very noble gesture. That's a great thing for you to do, Andy. Jason, you should mention you were one of the lead characters, I believe, in the film. Isn't this right? I mean, you're being a little overly modest here, I believe.
Yeah, Stephen, I am the star of the movie. It's really all about me. No, I mean, it's a huge crew and cast, and a lot of people go into making the movie. It's incredible. I mean, you see these headlines of these people that star in it, but just to think of all those people that help them shine. So that's kind of the way I feel about this movie. There was such a big crew behind us, and like Andy said, my house was completely filled with people. And, I have a really small studio, which I think some of you have been to, and light, camera, and action, let me tell you.
So, well, thank you very much for the call, Jason. I really
All right.
appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Take care.
Now, Jason also, before I saw the film, and I unfortunately couldn't see it during the Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, scheduling conflicts. And when eventually I saw the film, I told Jason that I had thought that the film was a documentary.
Really? Why would you think that?
I thought it was about body issues as a documentary.
Oh, did you mean prior to seeing it?
Yeah, prior to seeing it in
saw
November. Before seeing it in November, I thought it was a documentary.
Oh, okay.
And
as you're watching it.
So Jason responded to me
embarrassing, actually.
that he actually he said, well, it actually is a documentary.
It is. well, actually, you raise a very good point here, Bruce, because you do have some issues you wanted to address with the film.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm probably the only person on the planet who has not seen the movie. At least the only somewhat identified Radical Faeire who hasn't seen the film anyway. And so, what is the film about?
Well,
Briefly.
first I want to say that I'm cordially inviting you, and I hope that you will be with us next Tuesday at the Lookout Bar for the DVD release party, so you can see the film for free, I might add.
That's even better.
It is even better.
I would pay money. I'm so excited to see this thing. I would actually shell out hard-earned cash for this. But
well, you can buy the DVD.
Yeah.
It will be on sale there too, and we'll be there to sign it. But yeah. I mean, the whole impetus for the film was to talk about body image and gay men, and to do it in a really, really fun way. And it's funny that you mentioned the documentary thing, because I just finished talking with someone else about the question came up of whether or not Jason and I had different opinions about the direction to take the film in, because he was with me right from the get-go. I mean, the character was inspired by him. The story came out of jokes that we made. And, you know, so when we was kind of formulating the idea behind it and I wrote the script, we were talking about, well, how do we want to film this, you know? And he thought it would be really funny if we did it as a documentary. And I thought about that for a while, too. It was like, God, should we do that, you know? And he was pretty gung-ho on it, because he, you know, it would give it an even more, I think, I don't want to say perverse take on it, but a really hardcore satiric take on it. Ultimately, I decided that wouldn't be the right direction to go with it, but I think he's onto something with that, and I think it would definitely work for something, you know, of that nature. But I think for this kind of Skinnyfat, I wanted it to be more of a narrative, you know, conventional.
Let's actually take a look at the trailer that you produced and is on the website.
God, what happened? It's like the second we turned 25, we totally porked out.
Yeah, like only in the middle. Do you want to go on an eating disorder together?
Okay.
Hi.
You two have a condition that's notoriously difficult to treat. We call it skinny fat.
I went from a size 28 to a size 29 in the last 6 months.
That's only an inch.
Yeah, but an inch that used to require a belt.
I want my six-pack back!
So, brilliant. So that's the second trailer, and you're releasing the DVD come September the 20th.
Yeah, 1 week away.
And it's about body image. This is part of a big arc for you, though.
It really is, and in putting the DVD together, I'm coming face to face with the enormity of this project in a sense. I mean, it's a short film, you know. But
How long is it?
Well, the first version that premiered at Frame Lion and played festivals in the beginning of it was 41 minutes. That's what we're calling the binge version. Then I re-edited a shorter version in March because I'd always wanted something a little tighter, I guess. You know,
A little skinnier.
a little skinnier. So that one is the Purge version. That's about 23 minutes. And then there's all these other little things. You know, we have behind the scenes footage, these different trailers. We have the Roxy premiere featurette for people who weren't able to make our world premiere last summer. There's Man Milk, which is a filthy little film that plays in the background of the gym in Skinnyfat. You can watch that in its entirety on the DVD. And what else is in there? So there's all this kind of stuff in there. So really when I was, you know, as I'm putting the DVD together, finishing touches, I'm like, wow, there's a lot going on with this.
How long has the DVD taken you to put together? Because you got, what, director's commentaries?
Yes.
You have actors' commentaries, including Frisk, a.k.a. Jason, that we just heard on just a few moments ago.
The actor commentary is hilarious, I will say. Like, just the banter between the actors as they watch the film again after having not seen it for a while and discussing their memories of it, it's truly hilarious. I was laughing a lot.
What sort of memories were coming up? I mean, give us some examples if you
Oh, I think you'll have to hear the
Watch the
commentary for that.
DVD.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
want to spoil it.
Okay.
So what would you, someone asked me to ask you the question, where would you see the two main characters, Chaz and Davy, today?
Today, right now, I still think that they'd be very close friends. I think where I feel like we left them is that Davy's kind of regained some of his personal confidence, and maybe he's a little bit more independent from Chaz and not quite as much of a lapdog. I think Chaz is probably still crazy, and he's just moved on to a new issue, and if it's not his body, then he's probably obsessing about his job or his apartment or something else. I think he's just got that neurotic...
So you're saying it's back to the documentary again?
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know. I think that they're both relatively happy, though. I think Davy's definitely happy. We left him with the bears, actually. At the end of the film, Davy had embraced men of larger size and was just like, you know, screw this whole emaciation dieting thing.
So last night I was watching some previews for the upcoming networks, and I saw Jonah Hill discussing a cartoon he's voicing, and Jonah Hill went from quite large and Superbad in those films to smaller, kind of a not I mean, probably the exact shape he wants to be in exactly yet. But then I thought, well, maybe the part 2 could be Fat Skinny, and it could be someone wanting to go on a date with a bear but not having lost some weight and trying to gain weight back.
There is a whole subculture. I think they're called feeders and gainers.
What? Tell me more about feeders.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you that much about it. I'm not totally in the know. But we did make jokes about having a sequel to Skinnyfat and calling it Fatty Thin. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that... And people have actually asked whether or not I would consider making this into a feature. I think the story is told as a short, and it's fine, and I don't really see, like, features or sequels coming out of this. I have other creative things I want to move on to, and I'm really excited to kind of go on this last leg with it and give it a proper DVD release and have people enjoy all the extra content and then do something new.
Actually, I was thinking, when was the first inspiration? You have a full-time job,
Yes.
I believe. So I have this image of you sitting away at some office in a cubicle, right? And you're thinking, I want to be a producer. I want to be a producer. Kind of like in The Producers with, and is that what actually happened? When did that occur to you? And how long has this arc taken you?
That's a good question. Good serious questions. I have been making films for a long time, actually since childhood, but I hadn't made films for a few years. I've been working on like what are they called? Non-profits, like promotional videos for them, and I was ready to do something creative again. And I got really amped up about it, and I was like, okay, what do I want to do? Around that time, Jason and I were becoming really good friends, and we were getting ready to go to Burning Man in 2008. And trying on all these costumes and stuff, and kind of from that point through the next couple of months, we caught ourselves making a lot of jokes about our own bodies and not having six-packs anymore, and like recognizing that we're getting older, etc. And that became the seed to write the script for Skinnyfat. So I sat down in January of 2009 and wrote the script, and then sent it back and forth with people, getting feedback. And when I felt we were ready to go, a couple months later, started pre-production, and then it's been kind of rolling since then, and yeah, so it's been a long haul. Probably would not be as long, I think, if we had, say, gotten funding or done any of those things.
The F word.
This is going to be a really small film. It was I think I mentioned maybe last time I was here that it was just going to be Jason and me and a video camera, and I was going to play the other character, and thankfully we grew out of that and got a full cast and a full crew and made it what it is. But yeah, everything kind of blossomed and ballooned far beyond initial thoughts.
And then you started thinking, okay, we can make this, we can do the whole thing, do a DVD release. And was this DVD release inspired because of the success at the various festivals that you're playing at, or was this something that was part of your original idea?
I think it's hard to answer that because everything snowballed in a lot of ways I didn't anticipate, and I found myself often playing catch up, trying to get stuff out to things on time, and always working on new stuff and getting ideas from people and suggestions and thinking of things. I think that the DVD would have happened no matter what. Even if this had just turned out to be a small YouTube video. Well, I guess if it was a YouTube video, we wouldn't have bothered with the DVD, but it became much more important after seeing that there is an audience for the film and that people from across all spectrums of the body image are really enjoying the film. And some of the most positive feedback I've gotten has been from men of larger size. And women love it too. Straight women think it's hilarious, and even straight guys, people who've worked on the film and other friends, and just people who've ended up seeing the film. So that made me realize, just get it out there on DVD and
So now what about to any of the folks that are watching today that are aspiring filmmakers? Any advice for them?
Well, okay, sarcastic response or serious response? My advice is just to do it. I know definitely for the next project that I want to approach it differently in terms of securing more funding and knowing what I know now, you know, really looking at the trajectory of things and looking at all the stuff that has to be done, and think, you know, you can't map out everything in advance, but you can certainly think about this kind of stuff. But I do think that the best way for any filmmaker to start is just to do it.
I know, because you've been on the show before, and just with your own trajectory and the trajectory of this show, you've been an inspiration to me as far as there've been times when I've said, I don't think I can do another show, and then the phone would ring and it would be Andy calling me up saying, can I be on the show? And I thought, here's this guy doing a motion picture and he wants to be on this show. Yeah. So I think there is you've been inspirational to me, and I've noticed that watching your progress, seeing what you've been learning and how you've been implementing those tools. For me, it's been Facebook and marketing through various channels like that. But just watching you grow with the film has been a wonderful thing to see. So thank you, and I'm glad you're here in the studio to share some of the wisdom.
Now let me jump in and say one quick thing to the audience. One of the wonderful things I like about being a Radical Faeire is that sometimes at our events, some of the folks that come to our events can't afford to get in per se, but we never turn people away. So any of the listeners out there that are interested in owning this film, if you call in, we're going to be giving one away, a copy of this film away.
That's right. Call in at 5:22 because we have to get your information and we can't do it on the air unless you have no sense of privacy and you want a cheap date for the evening. So
and the phone number to call
is 861-6648.
And good luck.
And good luck, right.
Was that 861-6648?
No, it was 861-6648.
I thought it was 861-6648.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yes, we will be giving away a Skinnyfat DVD, which I'm informally calling the complete Skinnyfat experience because it does contain so much. It just goes so far beyond, and I'm excited for people to see this. I have been working with a motion graphics designer to do the menus, Ryan Scott, and he just did such an amazing job on these. They're all like 3D graphic cinema something. I don't know. He's a pro, and they look really good.
Are you excited by the DVD now you've got it in your hand? Do you actually have something that you can show us in this? You don't have anything to show us?
I'm pre-excited. I'm getting
excited.
but I've got the T-shirt in my hand.
Yes, I do have the T-shirt. I know. Yeah, I did want to give a little call out for this. We do have Skinnyfat T-shirts. If you check out our website, skinnyfatmovie.com, and go to the store.
Andy is modeling the T-shirt on your screen right now.
Right here, Skinnyfat.
Notice the
movie.
Bulge, the movie.
Well, hopefully the bulge is well.
By the way, that is the cue for the contest. So
we are hitting our marks ahead of time.
So there's the number for you. And call in 861-6648 at 5:22 on the air. So, but back to the T-shirt.
And if anybody wants to call in and win the DVD. At the premiere was also my birthday, so you could give it to me as a birthday present.
Not that we do any self-publicizing on this program.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's absolutely fine. Many happy returns, by the way, Bruce.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Andy, what is next after this arc is done? The DVD comes up. You're now doing the DVD. There's a launch party. Is Hollywood going to call asking for the big budget rights to this? What's next for you?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you. To answer the question, I will say, after hearing everything in the whole arc, what is next is a little bit of a break. I'm going to take a little vacation. I'm going to treat myself to some time off, but I do have a ton of ideas. I'm working on 2 particular screenplays right now. One of them is more of a thriller, kind of a very sexy. I don't know how. It's almost like Heathers meets like a dark, sexy thriller. It's going to be really, really awesome. And then I'm also throwing about an idea for a ghost story that I've been wanting to work on. So I'm going in a non-comedy direction most likely, but we'll see what happens because I do love comedy a lot.
So that sounds really, really hot, actually. Yeah. And we've actually just got about a minute and a half left. So. And I'm delighted to have you with us.
Thank you.
the reception. You've already got some sales for the DVD. You have the site.
Yeah, we started pre-sales last night. If you actually go to skinnyfatmovie.com, there is a little blue box in the upper hand right corner. You can join our mailing list, and you will get the password to pre-order the DVD before it goes on sale officially next Tuesday.
And they'll send it to Japan or anywhere in the world for free.
No,
that part's not true.
No,
but yeah, these are limited editions, so I definitely encourage people who want it to try to get in on the pre-sale or come to our event next Tuesday at the Lookout, where you can get your DVD signed.
That I think is very important. Is the whole cast going to be there, or just yourself?
I will be there. Jason Janes, Evan Johnson, Delia Wolf, and Keith Chisholm, who are all major players in the film, will be there.
Hopefully Eric.
And of course, Suppository Spelling, who is hosting the event and showing her amazing feature, The Rise and Fall of Jeremy Starr.
Oh,
that
Yes,
sounds
that
really
will be showing right after Skinnyfat.
very
And Drag
exciting.
Entertainment from Hysterica. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow,
going to be a fun
what an
night.
amazing
And it's
event.
free, the whole thing, except for the DVDs. Those are going to be $15, but you get to keep those and take them